Hello! Good evening! Welcome to this live stream. Hang on, let me get rid of my bar at the bottom. There we go. How are you doing tonight? Yes, that's what they say every time, Max. Well predicted. Or you didn't mean to do that, whatever. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I made a start on a video yesterday. Gonna take a few weeks. Because it's gonna take a lot of effort. It's in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. Interestingly enough. No more benefits of RCT, you know, open RCT2. It's pure, unadulterated Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. How's that? Anyway, I've had a good weekend. And I hope you all had a good weekend. And we're gonna do some more magical quarters today, which is gonna be, well, magical. We can't believe. Oh God, go away! I was like, that is a pun, but I don't get it. And then I said it, and I was like, oh, yes, yeah. Well, great start of the stream, everyone. Anyway, let's get this loaded up. That... Hang on. Is it me, or was that a really fast loading time? Hang on, let me try something. What happens if I do this? Loading times have been drastically reduced. Seriously. This is workable again. This is massively quicker compared to last week and the past few years. You may not know this, but whenever in the last at least year I've, opened up a scenario like this in a video, clicked on it, I always had to edit out a bit in between where the game would just freeze for a second or 1.5 or 2. I always edited it out because it would look ugly. But this is just instant again. Back to how it was in the original. That's really cool because this was massively annoying me. So that's good. Hang on, let's just get a quick comparison going on. This is, I think, yeah, this is 0.4.4, yes. So let's load the game on this one. Okay, that was also a bit quicker than I remember. Let's try a slightly older version, because now I want to know. Let's try... How about we try 0.4.2? I played a lot in that one. I have all the old versions in a folder. Okay, there we go. How long does it take? Okay, it's a lot quicker than I remember for some reason. I don't know how that happened. Maybe it's some settings on my computer that made a difference? I don't know. The only thing I can think of is that I bought Steam's Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. Hang on. This is weird, right? Yeah, but this hasn't changed. This is still GOG Galaxy. Could it be differences because you're recording instead of... No, it also happened if I wasn't recording. Well, anyway, it's good that it's shorter. Okay, let's actually get to this. So, this was the park that we were playing on. Magical Magic Quarters. And this is what we built on the first stream. Our desert, and we improved it a bit on the second stream as well. There are the green shirted guests. Oh, we're going to keep doing that, aren't we? There you go. That's not a green shirted one. There are... Is that green shirt? I can't tell. Green enough. There we go. Well, thank you for the 11 months. Serious Matty. Didn't the new update to Open RST2 have better support for Classic? I don't know. I don't play Classic. Anyway, this is what we built the second stream. There's only 2 rides. But there's a lot of scenery. And I really like it. Why can't we pick up ducks? We'll make a PR for it and get it merged. If you want to pick up ducks. You know what's a really fascinating thing that I learned about Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 today? It's absolutely fascinating. Because you know how in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 you can charge for both the entrance and the ride, which is what I'm doing here as well. Because we're charging 69 for Peterland. And we're charging 2 for the Corkscrew Coaster. Right? That's because we're playing a Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 scenario, and OpenRST2 has added in support for that. Makes sense. However, in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, this too, by the way, is because it didn't change. It's the default price for a roller coaster, and I haven't changed it. But in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, if your admission price for the park is anything but 0, so if you're charging admission, the default price of your rides, at least flat rides, I haven't tested coasters yet, but at least flat rides, is 0. Because if it's the standard default price of like $1 or $1.50 for the spiral slide, then guests won't pay it. Because if they've already paid for the entrance, they don't want to pay as much for the rides. Only a quarter. Here, that doesn't happen. It's absolutely magnificent. And in the particular challenge that I'm doing for the video, it's helped a lot. That I don't have to change that manually. I never knew that. But it's fantastic. Why don't you make a beer? Get it merged. I appreciate the callback, but I didn't complain about it. About it not being in here. It should be a really easy thing. You know, gonna need some more testing on how it exactly works in RST1. A challenge for a video. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I am going to tell you that I expect that if the challenge dies somewhere, if it turns out to be impossible, I expect it to be that it's impossible on, what's it called? Mystic Mountain. Either that, or it's gonna be, the Rainbow Valley that throws a spanner in the works. Okay, now the question is, we have a desert, we have a pine forest, or with a river, or whatever you want to call it. A river made out of flowers, by the way, with a waterfall. The waterfall is made out of flowers. I think it works well. Question is, what are we gonna do for the third quarter? Let's take a look at scenery themes. We could do a whole Wonderland thing. I would quite like that. I would quite like that. You're right, Max. That is an issue. But I still think it's a good thing to have. Snow. We don't have a snow theme. To whoever said snow. Did someone say snow, or did I just... Arctic, yes. That's not gonna happen. I think candy. Wonderland candy. I would quite like that. Combined with a lot of flower beds and stuff. Do you have the mine theme? Yes, I do. But this is already sort of mine theme. Because, you know, there's a little bit of mine behind the coaster here. And it's, you know, dirt. Now the question is, how do I go about this? I always have problems with starting these. Also, no, Carrie, I did see your question, but the also was specifically leading into that question. I didn't forget it. Which country produces the most onions? I have zero clue. I have no idea. Just give it a guess. I don't even know which continent they come from. I'm gonna say, I don't know, Argentina. I have no clue. European Union, that's not a country, mate. So, for Wonderland theme, we obviously... Wait, let's read it again. What was the question? Country in the world produces the most onions. Oh, the European onions. Oh, European onion. Yeah, we all like Shrek. I'm gonna get this plain. So, it's the Wonderland theme. Obviously, we need a junior coaster. That goes without saying. We also need a car ride. Let's see, do we have the Cheshire Cats? We do. Wonderlandful. That will help. Also, we have new colors now. Look at this. We have 54 colors instead of just the original 32. And they're also ordered in a better way. It's different, so I'm definitely gonna miss the old coloring. But this is better. All the old colors are still there, by the way, but the ordering is different. And I'm gonna miss that old ordering, but this ordering is better, so, you know. I like how you introduced it in your latest video. Yeah, it was really natural. I'm proud of that video. Yeah, you know, I should just build the junior coaster. But I should build it more as a centerpiece. Let's raise the station by 1. So yeah, that last video was... Can you try to mix 2 contrasting themes to 1 area? No, not this time. That last video was, well, quite a video, wasn't it? Because it was one of the most difficult videos I've ever made. In terms of actually recording the footage. You know, once the footage was done, once I had played the park, it was no more difficult than other videos. I knew it was going to be fine, you know. I wasn't afraid that the video was bad once it was done. I had full confidence in it, and I was right to have that confidence because people liked it. I don't like this, though. I think we should do this like this. Thank you for the 5 months, Hypnova. But it was a whole thing with... Because, you know, people are asking for it for a long time. You know, are you going to do more Marcel plays? And, you know, those kind of questions. And there was some kind of pressure on it. It's... You know, I kind of described it in the pinned comment that I was nervous mainly because I'm not that good at scenery. Oh, the park value has gone down, so we charge too much now. That's fine. Thank you for the 7 months, Jeremeister, and the gifted subs line. We get all our guests through ads anyway, so the park entry price doesn't really matter if it's too high. Um, I kind of said it like it's, you know, I'm not that good at scenery and that's why I'm nervous. That's partly true, but that was an oversimplification of, you know, of what actually going on. But I can't really explain why I was feeling so anxious about that video. Feelings are complicated. I think I get it. You might do. You might also not do. I don't know. It's sort of a it's sort of a combination of well, first off, me not being that great at scenery, not being that comfortable with it. That's definitely a big part of it. But it's also the landscape of Diamond Heights was difficult, and I had little concrete idea what to do. And there was, of course, the whole thing, you know, it's been months since the last video, and the last video was badly received. No, I don't like this. So there was a whole lot of conflicting stuff going on. Ooh, I quite like that. Okay, here we have our coaster. There we go. There we ghoster. Also, thank you for the bits, Mr. Slime. Okay, well, this goes, you know, it'll have fine stats. It's a junior. It's an easy one. Doesn't this fill the minimum drop height requirement? Oh, that's only 4. This has a 7.5 meter drop right here. You know what's funny? People en masse came out of the woodworks and said that they loved the latest video. They said it was... Some said it was their favorite yet. And, you know, they're obviously telling the truth, right? Yet the video underperformed. Not underperformed compared to what I was expecting, because I was expecting it to get, you know, fewer views than the videos of the past 2 months. But I was right. And I find that interesting. Out of the last 10 videos, it is number 9. No, number 8. Number 10 was the GeoGuessr world record. Obviously, that one did worse. You know, that was, you know, that's entirely to be expected. I don't care. And the one below that, the one number 9 is the AI video. Then comes the video about the latest video about Diamond Heights. And at about, like, was it like 35k now? And only after that, about 9k higher is the next one. I don't know by heart what it is. We'll start to concentrate on building some kind of cool path while telling the story. Now, I've looked at the views of the older videos, and those views seem to all be pretty decent now. The older Marcel Plays RST videos. So while they all did kind of slow out of the gate, but they seem to be, you know, being sort of evergreen-like content. Hey Zorg, welcome to another stream. Yeah, I don't see you very often, but I saw you getting annoyed that you missed the Terraria stream. You probably got more comments because of your own comment you made under the video. That's very true. But even before that, I got lots of comments about people saying, you know, they love the series and wished it would come back. So it's not just because of that. I just want to try a path layout a bit like this. Obviously, there needs to be a connection somewhere here. Thank you for the sub, Famp. And for the bits, Max. How about we actually connect this up? Now, this is by no means the final path layout, but it's just something that I can work off of. Do we have another Dylan S in the park? Probably not. I mean, let's just look. Is there a guest 69? Nope. No, or a 169, 2? Nope. 3? Nope. 4. I mean, there are very few guests under 1,000 still in the park. Not a single 700er. I wonder, what's the lowest 69 that we still have left? Isn't there a newly generated guest named Dylan S? How far along are we? Oh, 11,000 already. Perhaps. I forgot how... I forgot how many possible combinations there are. And when it starts to recycle. Well, we have 2 Carla G's, so... Yeah, 2 Cassie C's. I thought there were many more, but... Maybe. Let's see. I don't see... I only see a Dylan L. Close enough. Is this Parker scenario? Why is there only 4 parts? What do you mean, only 4 parts? It's called Magical Quarters. And yes, this is an RST1 scenario. Okay, well, we have a baseline. Also, name a ride of your choice. What was it? Oh, no name has been said yet. About the video being badly received, I think people who complain are the only people who care enough to complain. I suppose. Sorry, I'm distracted because I'm thinking of what I'm going to do for this ride. Because I can't just tell stories and react to comments while doing nothing. Obviously, we have the Wonderland theme and, you know, combined with Flower Beds theme. But I want it to be a bit more than just... than just that. That's ugly. I mean, could be worse. Could just do this. Yes, perfect park. Absolutely lovely. Perfect. Love it. Yeah, that's another quarter done. We're making progress quickly this stream. God, that's so many trees. That cost me 50k. What's the right stats? 469, nice, 550 and 344. Reload previous save. Why? You know, there's such a thing as a scenery removal tool. Did I accidentally destroy some scenery by the train station? No, I don't think there was any. Well, the excitement rating is definitely lower now. Ooh, by more than half a point. Well, that shows you the effect of scenery. It's a good example of that. We should probably try to use some new colors as well, instead of just me falling back to a combination of green, yellow, white and orange, like I always do. How about periwinkle? Combined with pastel pink. You know, that's quite nice. I must have missed the part where you built on a mountain quarter. This was already there. Yeah, Mountain Girl isn't too happy. Okay, what was the right name? I missed that now. Oh, could you call it Wandering? Followed by the name of the ride's train theme. So maybe Wandering Cat? I could call this one Wandering Ladybird. If you want. The part to the right. What? You mean this? I don't get it. Anyway. The tree part. Oh yeah, that I built. It's not really a mountain, but there's a few hills, so I get it. Yeah, we did that last stream. Well, not 2 streams ago. Or 2 Roller Coaster Tycoon streams ago, to be precise. So we can definitely use, you know, these 2 trees here. Starting a build is difficult, isn't it? And I'm essentially in creative mode here, you know what you would call creative mode in Minecraft, because I have basically infinite money. I can do whatever I want. How about we start with trees like that, and I'm gonna remove all these. Wait a minute, those are not evenly spaced. And then we could definitely put some animals in there. Do we have 4 different? Okay, we can do squirrels here. And then crocs here. Like that. And then mushrooms. Badger, 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 mushroom. And maybe some fences around it. Like that. That's a start. Not evenly spaced. Do we have to look out for something or what? Do you have like some sort of OCD? I don't have OCD, I just like things to be evenly spaced. I mean, this looks infinitely better than if those trees were there. Okay, let's build a little garden here. I'm gonna use a different path type. And there's a clock. It shows that it's 8:30. Hang on. Oh, yeah, I can see it now. Like this. I was like, how does that show 8:30? But yeah, that's right. I knew the time because I looked at the time on my computer because I couldn't read it on this one because it was upside down. I was more like, hang on, how is that 8:30? But now that makes sense. Some accidentation. What the hell is accidentation? Just decorated with accidents? Okay, pink is definitely a good color. Oh yeah, definitely. I think this entire coaster has to go. Honestly. I think it has to be more in tune with the landscape. Don't you think? Indeed, gentle glen-like. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, yeah, I want to build a gentle glen-like feeling. And I'll quickly show you what gentle glen looks like. There it is. You know, this kind of stuff. The coaster going under there, and these kind of things there, and is there, but then, you know, kind of this, but with Wonderland sprinkled in. I absolutely love this. But I find it very difficult to do this kind of stuff. I like, this is my favorite kind of theme in Roller Coaster Tycoon. And I should definitely try to emulate that here, because I want to be able to do that better. But it's tricky, isn't it? Okay, so you are gonna go. We're all gonna go. This entire place is gonna go. And there, and there. Okay, move out, everyone. Oh, whoops, there's still an opening. Move out, everyone. No, there's not an opening left. People are just slow to move out. Did we just... Ah, that was the ads that were finished. I was like, what kind of notifications did we just get? Did people drown? I wonder what advertisements for drinks in a theme park would look like. Like, how does that even work? Lots of staff just walking about here now. Tire ice cold cola. Yeah, but that's not how a theme park advertises. Maybe a Pepsi ad, but shot in the theme park. That's a good idea. That's how it might work. Fire all the staff. Well, that's useful. Oh, whoops. That's hiring. Oh well, they're immediately fired. And they're all gone. Okay, let's start with landscaping this time. I kind of want a bigger hill, like kind of like a hill range here that we can build the coaster on top of. Maybe not that big. Basically, there should be lots of vertical space and everything. You know, vertical faces with that kind of wood thing. I think we might spend like 3 streams on this if I'm willing to. Because, you know, I have been like, you know, 1/4 per stream, but I don't have to. I can do whatever the hell I want. Three streams, 1/4. Kind of sounds like certain style of 2007's internet video. How did you get there That's odd. Drown him. Unless one of you... Hang on now. I think I still see him walking. It's that very slow guy, I think. There we go. And if it wasn't, I just drowned another guest. Considering their energy level, which is essentially 0, they might have been there for quite a while. 11,651. Then I did get the correct one. So I didn't drown an innocent guest for nothing. Okay. How do... Honestly, I'm currently facing kind of the same feeling as I was for Diamond Heights. And do you guys remember when I was doing this 2 weeks ago, I started building a corkscrew when there were still different hills here. At some point I was like, I don't know what to do, and it just destroyed the entire thing. That was a very similar thing as well. That was the exact same feeling. Because I have a very clear thing. I have a very clear idea in my mind. I think it's... Part of it is the frustration that I'm not able to put what's in my mind on the park. I think that that's a big part of it. That might just be all of it. All artists have that. Yeah, but I'm not used to it. I'm not an artist. So this is kind of the first time, not exactly the first time, but you just have to make a rough draft and work from there. Yeah, basically. You can always alter the coaster. Making stuff like this is also artistic expression. Yeah, but usually I just, you know, stuff like this desert, it's very simple. You just build a bit of a coaster, build some hills under there where you can, and spam some cacti everywhere. You know, that's very basic, but that's because I also didn't have a clear idea of what I wanted here. So anything was basically fine. Also, I think I need to... Yeah, I fast forwarded a lot without having staff. Okay, we definitely don't need 53 mechanics. We have like, what, 15 rides? Do we want a turn like this? I don't think we do. Let's do that like this. Drink some water. Let's have a drink. Oh, we also had drown a happy guest. I must have missed that. Well, that guy's not happy. That's a vandal. Well, you're going down. Ah, finally a happy guest. That took a long time to find it. I just tried to do shift backspace and it didn't work. To get rid of all windows. Now, it makes sense that it doesn't work. It hasn't worked for ages on my copy of Roller Coaster Tycoon because I changed that hotkey. But because I've been playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, where that is how it works, I tried to do the wrong thing. Okay, this is not entirely what I want. Time to change it back. Oh, definitely not. The reason I originally changed it, because getting rid of all hotkeys is Z for me. The reason I changed it is that when speedrunning, for control shift backspace, you need two hands. Well, or I suppose you need to use the right shift, but you know, I have one hand on the mouse, one hand on the left side of the keyboard, you know, W, S, F, X, they're all hotkeys that I use. So it didn't make it slowed me down having to constantly use shift backspace, so I just changed it to Z. You might have also noticed, although I doubt that anyone's noticed, but it's possible that you have noticed that I very rarely anymore just close one window. That's still backspace for me, but I never do that anymore. I always just press Z. Okay, then we can actually have this go like that. Look at this. This is a good start. Although this definitely needs to be one higher. Wait, it still doesn't render correctly. Or is that because this one is one too high? No. It just doesn't render correctly at all. Is that because it's a helix? A turn renders correctly. A helix doesn't. How about a small one? Nope, not either. Let's then just do a turn, because I kind of want it to render correctly. Let's just do a small turn. There we go. And we'll fix the details of that later. And then we need a turn like that. A new texture bug. Yeah, there are loads of those. Wait, why? Hang on, how can I not lower this? That's odd. That's very odd. How are you? This is your Geo Challenge of the day. Name the capital and most popular city of the following countries. Brazil, Australia, Vietnam, Tanzania and the Netherlands. Brazil is going to be Brasilia and Rio. Or Sao Paulo, they're pretty equal. Australia is going to be Sydney and Canberra. Vietnam is going to be Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. What others? Tanzania is going to be Dodoma and Mombasa, I believe. No, Mombasa was Kenya's coastal city. Dar es Salaam was Tanzania's. And the Netherlands is Amsterdam and Amsterdam. Or Rotterdam, depending on how you define this, how big a city is. On the topic from the start of the stream, with the bad performing videos. I mean, the latest video only has 7 dislikes, while the Universe Coaster has 124 dislikes. Yeah, but the Universe Coaster also has about 10 times the views, so... that's not really comparable. Also, the Universe Coaster got recommended to a lot more people outside of the sphere, so naturally it has a lower like to dislike ratio and also lower retention. Okay, I'm gonna do something interesting here. Because the Universe Coaster has absolutely god-awful retention. It's awful for a video of mine. But it started off normal. You know, it's a good video. But then people outside of my niche started to watch it. And then it turned bad. I'm not disappointed by it, because that was entirely expected. How do you know how many dislikes a YouTube video has? So, there's an extension. Don't know exactly what it's called, but something with dislikes. And it shows you... it kind of average... It checks how many other people with that extension have disliked it, and then it kind of makes a guess. I kind of want this to be on a bit of a plateau station. So it's not entirely accurate, and especially with just 7, that might be not so accurate. Hang on, I can see that, I think. So let me check how much it actually is on both. On Diamond Heights, can I see the exact amount? Because here it just says 99 and... oh yeah, it has 12 dislikes, the Diamond Heights one. And the Universe Coaster one has 154 dislikes. But it has 10 times the views, more than 10 times, so... it's about the same percentage. Or, you know, compared to views. My plugin is somewhat wrong. Yeah, because the plugin is not... you know, the plugin can't get the actual data from YouTube. You can't get that anymore. Unless you're the owner of the channel. The plugin just uses estimations with other people who use the same plugin. So, it's not accurate. You know, it's reasonably accurate, especially on bigger videos. You can expect it to be fairly accurate. But not super accurate. Okay, I think we have a coaster we can work with much better. If you use the plugin as the owner of the video, doesn't it update? I don't know, I don't use the plugin. Okay. We can alter the queue line later if we need to. Thank you for the follow, MK Man. Marcel, I wanted to drop in and tell you how much I appreciate your videos. Well, thank you, Thumper. This game was a large part of my childhood, and your videos have breathed life back into my appreciation of this game. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have some kind of path going under there. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna really put a lot of work into this quarter. yeah, this is not great yet, but it's a start. Also, let's just build some path here so that guests can actually access it. I'll call this one Wandering Ladybug, because that was still the channel point redeeming thing. There we go. The dislike count invisible, I don't know, that's been a year? Something like that. I don't know exactly. What's next? Because we got this going on. How about a few trees behind there to get us started? Like that. And I think this could benefit from that side texture. Age of Mythology, yeah, it's not that popular of a game. Okay, and then we put... Yeah, I'm getting the hang of this. Because what we now do... Look at this. I'm gonna choose some colors. We're gonna place flower beds here. And then we're gonna place differently colored flower beds next to it. How about we choose proper yellow? You know, you do your flower beds there. This is a good start. This is Gentle Glen. Isn't it? Tell me this is not Gentle Glen. Needs more fences. Yeah, we're not done obviously, but... You know, around flower beds we could try this fence. It's maybe a bit too oppressive. A bit too big. Some better words. I always like this fence because it's not as big. Doesn't really work though. What if you did a small area for people to eat, like a park in the middle of the Ladybug ride? Oh yeah, definitely stuff like that I'm gonna do. Okay, this does work. There's still a fence there. Yeah, you know what? This does look nice. There we go. Thank you for the sub, Thumper. Drown another happy guest. Dude, what do you have against happy guests? What did this girl do wrong? She just enjoyed a nice ride. You are cruel. Also, does any of you remember, have I ever told you on stream that I had a big problem with Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, that whenever I ran it, and then if I then stopped playing, so quit the game, my operating system would sort of be frozen. I could still you know, click on things in the in other programs, like I don't know, on the internet, but I couldn't use like click on the start menu or do anything in Task Manager. I could start up Task Manager by using Control Shift Delete or Control Alt Delete, whatever it is, but I couldn't actually do anything in it. And that plagued me for a long time, and I have solved it. And I feel stupid. Because Do you know how I solved it? It's really easy. All I have to do, if that happens, is right-click. Yes, that's it. It's literally that simple. But I never did that before. And I discovered it by accident. It's really weird. YouTube revamped. What the hell is that? Fences. You can just link it, but can you also explain it so that I don't have to look at it and can keep building? No pumpkin highs. Oh right, those exist too. It's hacked YouTube Premium for free. That sounds fishy. It patches your YouTube app to improve it. Use lanterns. Oh, that's a good one. I like these lanterns. But I like these too. Okay, that instantly improves the look massively. Don't you agree? We're definitely getting somewhere. Oh, it's YouTube advanced. So that you... Oh, that makes sense. I've heard of that. Okay, we have a little thing going on now. And that looks nice. Can you give the coaster the Toyland music? That's a good idea. At least I'm not getting ads. You know that without ads I wouldn't be making videos, right? Oh, I'm just old-fashioned about oh yeah, you're a different person. Yes, I do too. Yeah, we need a Cheshire Cat ride. Where to put the station? I'm gonna pull a Gentle Glen and put it under there. Car ride. Adblock usage is fine as long as there are people watching ads. Still more profitable than not putting ads to begin with. I mean, but if everyone used ad blocks, it wouldn't be fine, would it? So it's fine if you use an ad block, but not if everyone else does it. Thank you for the 18 months, Cloudboy. Oh, and the 12 months, René. Missed that. You know, I'm not gonna ostracize anyone for using an ad block and watching my videos. Because I understand it. add an ad block myself for a long time. But don't be all high and mighty about it, you know, it's fine. I just do not want to give money to YouTube Google. But you're using one of their services. What you're doing is essentially stealing from, I don't know, Target or whatever, and saying, yeah, I just don't want to give money to Target. That doesn't make the stealing okay. Now, you can't steal a video, because it's digital, it's just getting copied. But you're still stealing their resources to play the video. As I said, I'm not ostracizing anyone for using ad blocks or whatever. But do think about it before you just say, oh well, I just don't want to give money to Google. You know, they provide a massive service by hosting all those videos for you for free. And you don't have to use it. But if you use it, and then using an ad blocker is like stealing. There's no two ways about that. Minigolf and maze. Calm down, mate. We have all the time in the world. Okay, how about we make this one yellow? Ads are extremely annoying. Well, then pay for premium. Or don't use the service. It's very simple. There is the option to not see ads. Thank you for the... Oh, 1 bond for the sub, Ellen there. And thank you for the follow. I am Slops. Hello Marcel and chat, I'm doing laundry. In the US we have used heated dryers. Does anyone here use a ventless dehumidifying heat pump? I don't even have a dryer or a washing machine. We have communal washing machines. I do wash my clothes. I don't have my own. And we don't have a dryer here, so I just, you know, use a clothes rack. Okay, now this sort of is finished. And I mean finished. I mean it's sort of closed off. So now I have this whole area to, I don't know, wonderlandify. I'm just gonna do my own thing for now, Max. Thank you for the 100 bits, Voodoo. Let's see, the problem with ads is that when there were only one pre-video ad and maybe one in the video was okay. I mean, yeah, but you know, if YouTube's getting more expensive and they have to do that to break even. Because YouTube is very expensive to run. Okay, now... Oh, this is not the Cheshire Cats yet. There we go. Okay, I don't want that many. Slightly fewer. Okay. Now, how do we decorate this? I want a bit of a garden here. And you know, I agree that ads are annoying. You know, screw ads, right? But you can't just say, well, I don't want to watch ads, so I'm just going to use their content for free. Because that's not, you know, that's not how it works. I mean, it is how it works, because that's what a lot of people do, but that's not how morality works. I want these kind of hedges. And there goes the staff again. On the other hand, the argument, YouTube puts ads on certain videos that doesn't pay the creator because the creator was flagged as inappropriate. Oh yeah, YouTube has loads of faults, and that is one of them. I'm not saying YouTube is perfect. It sure as hell isn't. But that doesn't change the argument that you can't take the moral high ground for using an ad blocker. Drowning gets the show that they shouldn't pay you, sure. Speaking of broken benches, we're gonna get a lot more because I just fired all the staff seas. The worst sponsored content type thing I've ever seen was a streamer who usually had about 30 viewers and would try to live off that. He'd get hundreds of subscriptions for God knows what reason and still complain. He got a sponsor from a shitty game like Raid, but a different one, and then started playing in the middle of a different stream, asking his viewers to download it and play it till level 8 till you get money from the devs. You know, that's literally exactly what Raid Shadow Legends... Fuck that game. Whoops, didn't mean to swear there. But what they wanted me to do. I got an offer from them for a sponsored stream, like many times. And I've either said no or ignored them every time. Because screw that. Okay, how about you do channels of water next to this? And it was literally exactly like that. You know, they said that as the best option. You know, play whatever you usually do, get your viewers, you know, like I'm doing now. I have 222 viewers. Which is quite a lot. Welcome everyone. And then suddenly now I would start playing their shitty game. So that I have a lot of viewers instead of, you know, because if I play Terraria or Stardew, I have like 60 viewers. 50, 60 at most. So for Raid Shadow Legends, I might have the same or even less. Obviously, they don't want that. So they want me to... Oh, I can't quite... Well, I can if I just do that. So they will want me to just start the stream doing this and then suddenly switch to the sponsored stream. Which is absolutely despicable if you ask me. And then also, it was indeed something with, you know, the more viewers reach at least this level, the more you get paid. That's just not okay. But even the rates were terrible as well. I don't remember because it was a while ago, but it was, you know, if that was quite a successful stream and lots of you would have downloaded it, I probably would have made like maybe $100 at most, or 50 or something like that. Not much. Okay, you can't see that because the water is not transparent. But whatever. Regarding the ad blockers topic, I sort of feel the same way about speed limit radar detectors. It might be legal to own them and use them, but I don't agree with the morality. Basically, yeah, I agree with that. That's why I say I'm not going to ostracize anyone for using it, because I understand it, you know, and I've used one myself. But it's not morally great, exactly. Candy canals, yes. Oh, we don't have the water feature team, but luckily we do have the one fountain. I never understood how those things are supposed to be candy. Well, these things, well, I don't know, I've seen candy that looks like this. I don't know, I don't eat much candy at all anymore, so it's been a while since I've seen that kind of candy, but... Okay, let's fix some stuff. English licorice, or Engelse drop, yes. I don't like Engelse drop. Okay, we've got something else going on here now. I quite like the way this looks. This is Gentle Glen. We're obviously far from done yet. But we're getting there. You forgot a tunnel under the hill for the footpath. What? I don't get it. Oh, no one's going on the cats because it's too expensive. Maybe a little building with the squeaky doors along the cats. I was getting to the cat. I'm not there yet. Calm down. That might be even next stream material, depending on how fast I'm going through this. Okay, this is maybe a bit too busy. In Gentle Glen they have a hill with a footpath through it. A tunnel. I mean, this is technically a footpath through a hill. These are not walls, this is actual land. There isn't even any value loss from me not viewing the ad, because I never buy anything from the ads. Okay, this is... I find this interesting, because you, like so many people, misunderstand how ads work. Like, I've misunderstood it for a long time. Ads don't expect you to be like, oh my god, I need this, I'm gonna buy this right now. Because you're right. No one well, some people do, but rarely ever does anyone do that. Okay, now you can't see the fountains. How about we put some smaller trees on this side? We can put a bigger one there. The point is to instill brand recognition. So, let's say you see an advertisement for Coca-Cola. Which you might do. Or whatever other drinks brand. I don't care. The next time you walk into a store and you happen to be like, you know, I want something, you know, some kind of carbonated drink or whatever. You go there and you see Coca-Cola, and even subconsciously you recognize it. And you might buy a Coca-Cola. That's how ad works. Advertising works mostly. What if we erase these by one? Obviously we're gonna erase the land below it too. This is ugly. Doesn't YouTube get brand recognition for free when I view their videos? YouTube isn't advertising themselves. Oh, okay, they just disappear when I do that. YouTube isn't advertising themselves. Well, they are advertising premium sometimes, but they're advertising other brands that are advertising on YouTube. Gonna have a little drink. Yeah, it's quite crowded here, isn't it? Yeah, like YouTube isn't advertising. YouTube is just the space that the ads run on. So, you know, Coca-Cola might go to YouTube and be like, hey, I want to run an ad on your website and I will pay this much for an ad on this kind of video, which is usually watched by these kinds of people. Okay, do we want another fence like around this? I think we do. YouTube needs brand awareness for advertisers to even consider YouTube. I mean, at this point, everyone knows what YouTube is. It's not like... Because, you know, Coca-Cola has a lot of competitors. But it's not like you're going to watch a video and be like, what website am I going to watch videos on today? Most likely you're already going to YouTube. And YouTube does advertise themselves, but that's a whole different thing. So that's not comparable here. Okay, now I need to do something here. How about a statue? Okay, you know what I should do? Just have a random thing like that. I'm basically stealing this from Gentle Glen. And then just be like... Do you like ducks? We can do that here too. YouTube is a monopoly. No, it's not, but it's by far the biggest. It's not technically a monopoly. It's just that having a video website is expensive as hell. Okay, what if we just... Will this be nice? Yeah, sure. Oh, I know. We can put these four in order on there. There we go. The second place we have them in the park. And then we can do this. Yeah, you know, there's a thing of a lot of people thinking, well, it doesn't cost YouTube. I'm responding to Max, by the way. It doesn't cost YouTube anything to play me a video, because, you know, the video already exists. Just copying some digital data. Those servers are ludicrously expensive. I don't like this. Because, you know, just playing a video for you isn't particularly expensive. But doing it for 1 million people that, you know, don't generate you any money. Now it gets expensive. There we go, I quite like that. We could play a little bit more with the ground texture. Maybe something like that. Can of course keep this going. And, you know, have that going go off somewhere. Something like this. What about some stalls? Yeah, definitely somewhere. Okay, we need still something to fill this up. No. How about just a few bushes? Well, maybe some wonderland thing. You know. And a few mushrooms. Okay, yeah, we can't see it from that angle. And then we'll do a bit of that. And a bit of that. There we go, that fits in nicely. It takes quite a long time to do this very precise. But imagine this over this entire quarter. That's gonna look amazing. It's not just the infrastructure cost involved, Thumper. It's also the backlog of YouTube. Because consider that you know, YouTube has a massive backlog. So even if suddenly there is an identical video provider to YouTube that suddenly, you know, appears out of nowhere, but has friendlier policies for a creator, you know, it's better basically. But otherwise, it works identical. You know, you can upload videos for free, you can make money through ads, that kind of stuff. Well, I don't know, do I even have... Yeah, I do have stuff, it's just a lot of vandalism. There's still the problem that if I want to watch that video about, you know, about how to fix my car tire from... Then there will be maybe one that was uploaded very recently on the new video service, but 20, well, hundreds actually, already on YouTube. So, you can't compete with that. With most businesses, because if I'm suddenly, say, a new plumber in town, I just need to convince people that I'm a good plumber. Which I'm not, by the way. But that's very different than... I don't need to have, like, 2 decades of me having worked on different... I don't know, on pipes. 2 decades of pipe somewhere. Whoops. Didn't mean to get rid of that. I wanted something different. I could have just done this with the ground texture, but I like this. Now, obviously, we need a fence around this. How about this one? No. How about the conifer hedge? Doing it this way as a faux elevated path. That's true, I didn't think about that. Not necessarily a bad thing though. Ooh, we could do this abstract. Screw the dolphins. Let's do abstract. That fits in well. You would need tools, which could easily cost a couple of $1,000 to get to be a new plumber. Yeah, but, you know, once I have those tools, they're mine. And I have them. But you can't just get, you know, billions of hours of video that people didn't upload to your site. Because if they upload it from YouTube, that's stealing. So they can't just do that. YouTube would definitely sue for that. And there we have the abstract bit. Because why not? Okay, let's save. We're slowly getting there, bit by bit. Put some chest pieces. It's already pretty full. I don't want to fill up every little bit of it. I mean, I would be buying YouTube Premium if there was an option for it to only be no ads instead of the thing that includes the not needed musing app and downloading videos. Yeah, they could call it Premium Lite. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I have. It exists. I have it. Okay, here we definitely need the stalls. I only see the premium for 12 bucks. I have Lite. I don't know how much I pay for it now, but at the time I bought it, like, I don't know, what, 2 years ago? It was 7. Okay, we definitely need a balloon stall here. Yeah, I'm gonna build individual paths towards them, because it's not very efficient, but looks nice. Oh, hang on. You will... I'm gonna do something different. Another creator I watched got his content pulled because he had spaz. He was creating the SC2 mod. Did he? I mean, there are loads of videos of people saying far worse words like, you know, faggot, you know, or the N-word. And they don't get their content pulled. Obviously, it does happen, but... Spaz? Really? It's a slur in the UK. I've never heard of it, but then again, I'm not UKian, so... Let's actually make this into a proper hill instead of what I just did. Do we need one of these? Nah. Cash is overrated. I cannot use premium light as it does not exist for those in Germany. Interesting. Why does it exist for those in the Netherlands? Now watch this stream get pulled when I upload it to YouTube. The VOD. Because I said, as some people call it, the F word. I don't think it's a problematic word if just said in an, you know, context like I did. But not everyone agrees with that. How does umber look on these? Oh, that's very dark. UK cigarette doesn't have the god part in word. Yeah, you know, people from the UK talk like you're going to bum a fag, which is just smoke a cigarette. Although that's not exactly true. There was a Top Gear bit where Richard Hammond did use... You know, I don't know how much people actually dislike me using it, but did say the full F word if you want to call it that. For cigarettes. Okay, we got our little stall bit. Let's actually put rock under it. Have you already changed the park name to the one that Slime wanted? No, I've missed like the past 3 channel point rewards because I was too engrossed in whatever I was doing here. So no, I've also not drank, and I've not drowned a guest with a red shirt. But I can still do all that. Ah, that's a good drink. Of course it doesn't matter to Richard Hammond. He isn't the target of marginalization. Yeah, but it's also, you know, if that's an actual word for cigarettes, then that's just an actual word. What was it? Magic color. Klein said it again, and there he said magic color, so I'm going for that instead of just magical. Gentler Glen. Okay, there we go. And drown a guest in a red shirt. You. When's the last time you heard someone use that word to refer to a cigarette? I don't know. I don't live in the UK. Saying it's just a word for a cigarette is like trying to be funny by saying that Niger is a real place. Is it? Because Richard Hammond said it because they were in a car. He was in a car. It was being filled up with water. It was a Top Gear challenge, and he was like, "There's 30 odd years of, I don't know, like grime and, you know, fags. Only the full word coming up." Would he really say that just to be edgy? Or is it just... Oh, fag ends. Is it? I like how many... how many comments I have to manually approve here, because they're being held. Maybe I just misunderstood him then. Okay, I want that to be a tunnel. So, rip the music. And let's get it back. He wouldn't have said it if he didn't think it had offensive connotation. That's the whole reason he even said it. Did he? I don't know. Like, are you just saying this because you think it is? Or do you have any kind of proof? Because this is very similar to the comment I recently got on the highest throughput video, where it's like, I'm pretty sure you did that swastika on purpose because you would have noticed with your attention to detail. And like, well, I didn't. Don't just assume things. I did notice, but at that point it was way too late. And it wasn't on purpose. There we go, that's another tunnel. Also, it wasn't even a swastika, it was the wrong way around. Put some fences on here. Has a single guest been on the car ride yet? I thought I made it free. Which means guests should want to actually go on it. "16 have been on it." Oh, I didn't make it free. My bad. Well, this is a rather hot topic. Yeah, it's not your average topic for one of my streams, but I do think it's an interesting topic. People very easily just assume offense when it might just be, or assume, you know, intent when it might just have been unintentional, whatever happened. You know what, I think we should put these two here. Let's put a few of these around it. Like that. Hey, that's a nice graphical glitch. This tree is overlaying on the candy tree. Never attribute to malice that which can be attributed to stupidity. I heard a great one like that from Tom Scott, which is cock up before conspiracy, which means the exact same thing, but it sounds nice. Okay, got a little bit of thing there. Let's put a fence around it. Tom Scott, mark your bingo card. Yeah. Make this one black. Oh, whoops. You misspelled that, Aniolol. But, yeah, I get what you mean. There are people actually getting offended of negro being on, like, a black pen. It's just a Spanish word. So, this takes a long time doing this, but it is worth it, because this looks so cool. This is what I wanted to build. Maybe it's just I never was able to do it because I always rushed it too much. I always assumed I would be able to do it quicker than I actually am. We're not done yet, it's only a small bit. It's the easiest bit because it's mostly flat. But it's definitely getting started. Yeah, Hammond meant no offense. He's not Jeremy Clarkson, who does mean offense. Not always, but often. Hammond saying something outrageous on purpose in this political environment. I mean, that was like 15 years ago. Maybe not quite 15, but a while ago. You know, it was old Top Gear, so at least 10 years ago. Thank you for the follow, Z2TL, and let's have a drink. You know, it was before, I don't want to be dismissive of it, but what people call the woke politics era. So, who is this Hammond person anyway? Richard Hammond, one of the presenters on Top Gear until 2015? When Clarkson got fired, Jeremy Clarkson, for actually being offensive. Well, more punching a producer, but also saying some offensive things. Hello Marcel, been a fan of your videos over on YouTube. Been an RST2 player since the mid-2000s back on old school PCs. Oh, welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy yourself. It aired 25th of November 2007. Yeah, that's a while ago. You know, it's interesting. At the time, I didn't watch Top Gear, but I've watched a lot of episodes of old Top Gear now, and I don't like cars. I don't hate cars. I just have no feeling to, you know, I don't particularly like them. But I love Top Gear, and that shows that Top Gear isn't about cars. You know what? I'm gonna keep this like this because I want to have that on the hills. Top Gear is about 3 people just mucking about and having fun and being idiots. That's what makes it great. Do you like roller coaster and rides IRL? I do. I don't go a lot to theme parks, but I do like them. Okay, now the question is, how do I... Because now it's time to start working on the hill. Which is difficult. What should I watch first, Top Gear or Avatar? I think you would like Top Gear more. Also, someone said earlier that, you know, it's a bit of a complicated topic this, and you're right. But I do think that this audience, you know, can handle that. Is mature enough for it, every now and then. I definitely want some kind of... thing here. Kind of a hill. Something like that. No, dang it. We're a multinational audience, so it's interesting to see the different takes. Yes, because naturally, you know, with the earlier example of fag, it's just a normal word for a cigarette in British English, but it's much more offensive in American English. Okay, so how about we do some kind of thing like that? How about we just use the... no, let's use this path. Now we can go like that. "21 is way too old to start drinking." Oh yeah, that's a thing I have opinions on too. I mean, I started properly drinking when I was 15. And what I say with properly is, before that I had some drink, you know, I had a sip of wine from my parents. You know, stuff like that. But I don't count that as drinking, you know? But when I was 15, I was with a friend on the camping. They were standing. And he was having a beer. He was 16. And the drinking age was 16 at the time. And he was like, "Hey, do you want one too?" So I drank half a liter of beer there. Which is not much. For, you know, it's basically, I don't know, 2 units of alcohol. And his father was there. So it's not like it was any kind of dangerous. And it was all good. You know, I drank responsibly there. And when my mom picked me up, a few days later, I had zero qualms telling her that, hey, I had my first beer. And she also wasn't angry or anything, because why would she? We were being, you know, I was being responsible. I drank in a responsible place. There was a responsible adult there. And it was just one beer. I do want to get this like a bit higher. There we go, that's better. And by being, you know, by alcohol not being treated as something very dangerous and taboo when I was a kid, I didn't have this sudden urge of like going insane as soon as I could legally buy alcohol. I did have a period where I got drunk way too often when I was about 18, 19. With way too often, I mean like every 2-3 weeks, which is not that often compared to, you know, people who are actual alcoholics. But for me, it was often. Okay, we got a little thing going on here. Which is nice. What's next? What's next? You know, it's funny, because we were talking earlier about me being uncomfortable with this, because I don't really know what to do. Last week, I did one of the most difficult scenarios that I've ever played. And it was difficult. Certainly. But I was very much in my element. There's nothing, you know, time-based or anything about this. I don't have to do anything. Yet I'm much more stressed about it. I didn't realize, by the way, that this was next to the hamburger stall, which means we're missing a fence there. Which I can't possibly place there, because you can't build anything on the tile of the stall. Which is a bit unfortunate, but Eh. Yeah, that was the way it was in the Netherlands too, Cringe. Before it went to 18 for everyone. You were able to buy soft alcohol basically up to 15%. When you were 16, and then it went to everything when you were 18. And the strong stuff is basically just called strong drinks. Beer has about like 5-6% on average, and wine like 12-13, I believe. And that's soft. You know, that's normal alcohol. And then you get the strong stuff, which is, you know, like vodka, for example, at like 14%. Sorry, 40%. 40. That's strong. Or, you know, Jägermeister, Gold Strike, you know, all the standard strong stuff. Okay, I want... There we go. Looks better. And then we'll go like that. Alright. And now we have a path here on top of this hill. Then we can build a path here. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Ooh, I'm starting to like this. Starting to quite... I mean, I already like this, but... I'm getting clearer visions of what I want. No, that's up. I want to go down, please. Thank you. I don't like alcohol because it lowers people's inhibitions. I like alcohol because I like the taste of it. I don't drink a lot. I think I've had like 3 drinks in 2023 so far. But I like alcohol because wine is nice. Yesent is like, yes, but actually no. Okay, we definitely need to put some tunnels in here. How about just an entire underground bit? Okay, right. There's a lot of fixing that we need to do here. Holy crap. I didn't quite mean for that to happen. So, there. And... that. Yeah, this still needs lower. But this actually looks good. Can we raise that? Yes, we can. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Do you have any pull requests into the RCT GitHub? Do you mean... No, because I don't code. There might be some feature suggestions that I made that are still up there, so to say, but No pull requests, because I don't code. Okay, there we go. Okay, that has to go for that. Same goes for that. Oh, crud. Can we do that? Alright, screw it. Just do that. And we'll do that. Yeah, that's much better. There we go. Do you think the RCT crew will ever introduce those aspects that you mentioned in your vids about unused assets and mechanics? No, and I don't think they should. I don't think they should involve, like, I don't know, like rusty tracks and whatever. There's a reason those mechanics weren't included. Some might just be time things or technical reasons, but it might also be game balance reasons. Just because an idea sounds interesting when I summarize it in 4 sentences doesn't mean it's always actually a good idea to have it in the game. It might be, might not be. What if we do this here? Yeah, that looks quite interesting. Look at that. Definitely getting somewhere. Quitting cold turkey in general is probably a bad idea. Well, I quit alcohol cold turkey, but I wasn't really addicted. I drank too much and I got a really bad hangover once, but it wasn't that bad. If you're properly addicted, like if you have withdrawal symptoms if you don't drink for a day or 2 days, then quitting cold turkey is probably not a good idea. Okay, we're somewhere now. I'm still not entirely sure what this is gonna be. I think it's time for another change here. I want a tunnel. Like that. And this. Yeah. Close. Oh, crud. Needs to be done like that. And that needs to be, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Like no, like that. And like that. Now we'll put new fences here. Hang on, did that have... No, I forgot. I forgot grey stone. There we go. Now we can put this under there. There we go, another tunnel. Isn't that nice? Just like that. We're getting there. Takes a while. Takes a long while, but we're slowly getting there. And... no, you know what? That doesn't look better. I'm gonna keep it like that. perhaps... Maybe that one in the corner. Then an even smaller one there. Yeah, why not? Game mechanics like rusty tracks might make the game too difficult for new players. If a player barely makes profit normally, having to spend money on maintaining a coaster might make the player quit, and that's something you do not want. Introducing it later when in the game when the player knows more about it would also not work at the time of the game release, because changing game mechanics like that didn't really happen too often. Yeah, basically. Okay, we got some trees there. Now I need something here. But what? We could build an additional path there. Okay, I'm first gonna start here because I know exactly what I want here. I want something cool, and I know what it is. I'm gonna go like that. Oh, whoops. Like that. Oh, hang on. I first need to do the landscape, because otherwise you can't build on, you can't raise the land. At least not under the sloped bits. There we go. We're gonna go down like this. But that just looks cool, doesn't it? There we go. And we can go like this. And we'll do that here too. And then we basically have what looks interesting-ish. Ah, screw it. There we go. You go there. And then like that. If we make this into more of a full hill. Yeah, no, that doesn't really work. Oh, crap. There we go. Does RCT focus more on scenarios than Zoo Tycoon? Definitely. RCT doesn't even have a sandbox mode, RCT1. RCT2 doesn't either, but you can make your own scenarios, which is close enough. Now we'll do a whole fancy thing here. Like that. And then of course we'll make this that. Doesn't that look lovely? I only started watching RCT on YouTube a few weeks ago. Found your videos and I'm learning about it now. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's basically because you have this whole list of scenarios. This is Rollercoaster Tycoon 1, expansion, expansion, Rollercoaster Tycoon 2, expansion, expansion, and a few extra things. And the Build Your Own Six Flags Park is the closest to an actual sandbox you can get in RCT2 without making your own scenario. But as you can see, it still has a goal of 1500 guests. Now, if you fail it, nothing happens. You know, you can keep playing. There's only a few parks where actually something happens. Which are the ones like Extreme Heights. Where if you ever see this, you must not let your park rating drop below 700. If you do, and you keep it below 700 for 4 weeks in a row, your park will be closed. Permanently. You can't do anything about it. You can't reopen it. You can't open or close the park yourself at all. It's always open. Until you screw it up. Okay, I'm gonna do a little water thing here. So, we need some kind of lakey lake here. Hang on. Oh, right, I can't raise that. Hang on. Now I can. If I just do this. Did you say water? I could use a drink, so thank you. Hydrate, everyone. Yeah. Need to better lakey lake. I could definitely do that once the lakey lake is finished. Okay, that doesn't entirely work. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, now I think this will work. I don't have the waterfalls theme piece though. Okay, screw it. I said I wasn't gonna add it, but screw it. I'm gonna add it because I want it. Object selection. Water theming. Do it after the drowning. Oh, one with as many ones as possible. Let's see. 11,000. We don't have 111111111, but we do have 11101. Who has just finished riding the miniature railway and may drown in our newly constructed laquais. What roller coaster sim is closest to a real life park sim? Might be Planet Coaster. I think No Limits is the closest to a real life coaster sim, but I'm not sure if you can actually build a park there or if it's just coasters. Whoops. And then hang on. No. Can I not? Hang on. I think I need cutaway view. Why can I not? Hang on. Okay, yeah, I want that, but then there we go. Finally. Why was that so difficult? Also, obviously, we want an ice wall there. And then we can have another waterfall here. And you know what? It may continue for a little bit more. And then we'll have our waterfall there. And then we'll have another little lake there. Okay, there we go. Will that get deleted if I raise the water? Yes, it does. Stupid scenery. What's the plan for this game? Just building a nice park. Nothing special. Okay, this definitely needs to be raised. Otherwise that looks very ugly. There we go, that's much more substance. And what if we make this black? No, that's too... Oh, it's too black. Yeah, bricks look nice. If we do that all over here just for... Whoops. There we go. Bricks scream lakey lake. That's a hell of a comment out of context. I'm not sure I like the bricks though. I think I'm gonna change them later. Now the reason I'm actually letting it come up to the edge instead of doing it 1 unit lower down as you usually would is if you do it 1 unit lower down, it takes up a lot more space. You would need an entire extra ring around here for it to work. But we just don't have the space for that. But what we can do is make it a bit more, you know, a bit more square. Put some fences around it. You know, maybe do this. Yeah, those bricks definitely gotta go. Okay, you know what? I can just use this. There we go. Maybe make it not so square. That's not very nice. Why am I just grabbing just a corner every time? Broken waterfall. Wait a minute. Oh, that's how that works. Hang on. Do you see? Oh, that must be the ice wall behind it. That's rendering glitchily. Oh, it's still... There we go. Now it's fixed. Okay, this definitely needs to be just this. Yeah, that looks much better, except the waterfalls are now not ice anymore. Yeah, there we go. I'm not gonna put a swan boats on here. Now I think we can just put some bushes around here. Some no, not whomping willows, weeping willows. We already have 2 weeping willows. But yeah, they do well here. That looks lovely, doesn't it? Maybe some... Like if we color these like... Oh no, no, not icy blue. Like periwinkle, something like that. Yeah, a few of these flowers look nice. I quite like that. Shame you can't put them on slopes. Still, this added decor, has your coaster gone up in excitement? Well, it was 4.18 without any. Now it's 5.24. I think the answer is yes. Quite. Quite a bit. Yeah, this is going well, isn't it, Sabrina? Your park entrance fee is too high. Does it look like I give a damn? Damn, look at how constant the amount of guests is. We're not advertising. We haven't advertised for... like... more than a year. And we're barely gaining any guests, because we're above the soft guest cap, and we're charging too much. So... we have basically 0 guest generation, which means that basically 0 guests are leaving because the guest count is constant. Guests are staying in the park for forever. Which is interesting. That reminds me, do you remember that there was the same thing from the video with the throughput, about the throughput. There also, I had that coaster at the end, and I also said there, like, I haven't been advertising, but guests just won't leave. And that's what's happening here too. Which is fascinating. It means the park is good. I keep just looking at it and being fascinated by the fact that I built this. Because this looks so good. Also, the junior coaster is still standard colors. Perhaps we should change that. Make it a bit more interesting colors. This is definitely Wonderland-ish, but there's something missing. You can no longer claim to be bad at landscaping. I suppose that's true. The thing is, though, you know, the whole premise of the Marcel Plays RCT series, you're not going to get this in Marcel Plays RCT. Oh, I see an egregious error, by the way, but the reason is, it had taken me 2 hours to build this. In Marcel Plays RCT, I only have until the end of the scenario. So, that's not gonna happen. Okay, yellows work well with this. New salmon pink. Yeah, there's a peach. But I don't like that. Seafoam green, that's a nice... It's also just a pastel color. Same goes for Celadon. I quite like this. Salmon pink gone. No. Still here. No color is gone. We just got 22 extra colors. I quite like this. You'd recolor this as well, but maybe later, once we have actually some stuff around there. Okay, you go. And, oops. You go. Because I need to do that. That wasn't there, and that was ugly. Hey, look at that glitch, the fence on the thing. On the land. Now it's not there anymore. They have removed it. It returns! Hey! Interesting glitch. How it not happens if the path is there. How many riders has this had? 4,000 already. God, I'm happy I built these flowers here, because they make it look so much better. You know, they just give just a hint of color. Unfortunately... Oh, never mind. I can just build them on hills. That looks fine, actually. Okay, yeah, not like that, obviously. You get support there, but not there. And we somehow end up on underground mode. The extra colors is just... you just need to use the latest development version. That's all. Of OpenRCT2. Drown any guest going home in the new lay. Mate, it's gonna fight me 3 million years. It's gonna cost me 3 million years to find anyone going home. Is there anyone leaving the... Oh, that... There are 3 people leaving... Oh, yeah, 2 either mountain girl and mountain boy. And there's 1 person actually leaving the park who is able to do it. Who is still quite a way back. It's not like they can't find it, right? Because we have 99 park rating, so guests aren't lost. And it's not exactly difficult to find. Well, anyway. You are dead. Very dead. I love how they disappeared from the leaving the park section before they died. Because they were no longer leaving the park. They were drowning. Which is also leaving the park, in a way. No. That's the few bushes. Like that. We can continue that up here. Like that. A few days. Perfect, isn't it? And then some of those. Also, you don't get support if something else is in the way, obviously. So you can play a lot with those. Yeah, this is lovely. I love that area. My god, these flower beds. They really make it work, don't they? It's that hint of color. That works so well here. Yeah, it's so peaceful. Very peaceful here. Super peaceful. I love that plugin. I don't use it that often, but it's great to just make some guests explode. We just lost 300 guests. We'll see this in the graph very soon. I don't know if Max is still here, but I'm pretty sure this is what he meant with the water thing. I didn't actually look at what he sent me. But I'm pretty sure it was something like this. Why did you lose 300 guests? Wait, did you not notice? They blew up. There were explosions all over the screen. I was off screen. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, they kind of died. I'm proud of this. Can you do it again? Hang on, I can do you one better. I'll just... That's better. Sparky Sparky Boom Peeps. I appreciate that reference. Suddenly it's not so peaceful anymore, is it? Suddenly we've lost a lot of guests. RIP. Hey, we've suddenly lost park rating. How did that happen? Hang on, let's inspect the park. Oh, is it? Oh, it's from the number of guests. That's no longer 2,000. Or higher. Lol. We also don't, you know, in the total, we're missing about 100 in total ride excitement or total ride intensity. Which is because we basically don't have rides. We have 10 rides. We're doing this for 9 years and we have 10 rides. I don't think I've ever built rides this slowly in a park. Maybe you should go tram mode. Yeah, why not? I wasn't actually going to use cheats much, but whatever. You fast forwarded for a lot of that. Fair. These will have overcrowding problems. A lot of them will leave pretty soon, I'm sure. We should run the ads again as well. And that one. And the car ride, why not? There we go. And I think that's gonna be it for today. Next stream we will finish this quarter, probably. Or at least continue on it. And so far, it is the park. I had a lovely stream. with a hypercoaster. But we don't have a hypercoaster. That's a corkscrew coaster. Thank you very much for watching. Now I'm gonna see if I can find someone to raid. Obviously Brian is streaming Roller Coaster Tycoon. Someone is making beats while they play Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yeah, I'm not gonna raid them because yeah, they're not actually playing the game. And no one else is streaming Roller Coaster Tycoon. Well, someone is playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, but that's not it. So we're just gonna raid Brian.
Low to the ground.
Oh, whoops. Well, you heard a little bit of his voice there. Alright. Thank you very much for coming. And I hope you stick around like Thumper will. If you're new here. Have fun at Brian's stream. And I'll see you later. Bye bye.